Hi guys, it's Nancy and I am here with the Spellbinders Glimmer October 2021 kit of the month, and I wanted to show you what it comes with. So first of all, it comes with a roll of copper hot foil, glimmer foil, and you can see it is a beautiful bronzy copperish color. If I could get that open, there we go. Okay, so very, very nice. And then you get quite a few little additions here that I think are great for fall and nature in general. So obviously, you know, we're thinking about fall in October, but this would work well in the spring if you just change up the colors a little bit. So what you're going to get is this little sentiment that says thankful for you. And again, a great addition to the glimmer sets. And then you have the acorn and the die to match. You have these three are die cuts, so you actually have a die cut stem, and then these are the little flowers that go on there. There's also a almost like a tulip flower, but then a rounded flower, so those are die cuts. And then you have these little die cut leaves, and then this is a hot foil maple leaf with die cut. You have another flower with die cut here. You have, I think this is an oak leaf, right? You have an oak leaf hot foil stamp and die cut. And then finally, you have this super cute mushroom, and you have two die cuts for that. You have the mushroom itself, and then if you wanted to, you could do the stem separately. So I've already started to kind of have an idea in my mind of what I wanted to do here. And first thing I'm going to do is I have all of these scrap pieces of paper here, and I want to foil each of these elements on here. So I have my glimmer plate over here warming up, and I'm just going to try to figure out what's going to go with what. So for example, and I am going to use the bronze foil on everything. For the little maple leaf, I think that would be good in this kind of metallic red color. And these are just scraps that I pulled out of my scrap bin, and hot foil will hot foil on anything. You do not need any kind of really specialty paper. It's just knowing your machine, knowing your paper. So we're going to put the die down. We're going to put the foil pretty side down, and then put the cardstock right over that. Ink for the acorn. I'm probably going to do two on the acorn. So I have this piece of wood grain cardstock. I can probably do the acorn and the oak leaf. Oh, that one's got extra wood pieces stuck to it. Into this piece. Nope, I cut it too small. Let's do this. Okay, and then for the mushroom, do I have a piece of gray cardstock? Literally just digging through my scrap bin here. There we go. Well, that's metallic. That's not gray. Close, but not what I was looking for. What is this? More metallic. Might end up being metallic. Apparently, I like to use metallic paper. You guys. Or I've been using it a lot lately. You know what I'm going to do? I am just going to grab a piece of this white cardstock, and we will color it whatever color we want. Because that's always an option too. Alright, so we're going to put this guy, if I could pick him up, And I also wanted to do well, we'll do those first. We'll count down 60 seconds and let that happen. Okay, while those are cooking, I wanted to show you, I started to kind of make a base here with something I already had pre-made. Let me move all my dies over here so I don't lose any of them. So I took the Spellbinders leaf hot foil border, and I had this already foiled on a piece of, I guess you could call it craft cardstock. It's a light colored tan cardstock. And I thought, well, this will go well with those on there. And I made a mini slimline. So this card is cut down to 3.5 by 6.5. So it's actually 6.5 by 7, scored at 3.5. And then I found these really pretty orange glitter pieces, so I thought those would look nice to kind of border that and go with the orange. And I was thinking of foiling the sentiment down here, but I'm afraid that I will mess it up, so I don't want to do it directly on here. So I think I'll do it on another piece of cardstock and cut it out to make sure that I don't mess it up, and just post it on there. So let's see, what color would that look good on? That would look good on there, right? Okay, so we'll put that on there. All right, our guys are done cooking, so let's bring up the die cutting machine. And I got my tweezers out today, so I don't burn my little fingers. Okay, so we're gonna undock this straight back and gently roll this through. I'm going to leave those on there a second because I want to, I think I want to foil a couple more just so we have a couple of extras. Not going to hurt any to have a few more in a couple different colors. So we're going to go back, and I wanted to do the sentiment. So we have that. So I'll reveal those in a moment. So here is the sentiment. Thankful for you. I know it's upside down. I know I had an extra piece of bronze cards. That's not big enough, that piece of foil. Okay, and then which leaf did we have? This leaf. Do we want to do that leaf in this color or no? No, we're going to leave that. Okay, so I do want to do the acorn this color. And I do want to do the bottom portion of our mushroom. Okay, and I feel like we can add a couple more colors here. Piece of red. And again, use what you have. You probably have a couple of different colors of foil or a couple of different colors of cardstock. And we'll do one more with this guy. There's a hair in there. Okay, so do I have any green? A little slab of green. Hopefully that's long enough. Okay, gonna let those guys cook. And then while they're cooking, you can also die cut some of the flowers and the littler leaves. I'm not going to do that this time around, but you have that option. Let me reveal these guys while we're waiting for those guys. So here is the mushroom on white. Oh, good thing I did a second one because I got under foiling there. That's okay. Acorn, he's perfect. We have our maple leaf. Perfect. Have our little oak leaf. Pretty good. Not going to complain about any of those. I like the way those are looking. So, what we'll do is we will get ready to die cut all of these guys once these are all done. Okay, it looks like the second batch is done. I do want to take my time, make sure that everything is getting pressed, and while it's pressing it, it's also cooling down, so the foil is being pressed by the dies into the paper and cooling down, and as it cools down, that's when it is adhering to the paper. Okay. Let's see what these guys look like. Obviously, different thicknesses of paper are going to have different results. That's pretty good. And I can take these guys off and let them cool down. So the way that you take them off of your hot foil plate is with these magnetic tweezers. And what you do is you close your tweezers and you grab from the magnetic. You don't put your dies inside there, you grab from the top. And then as you open your tweezers, they will fall down. Or do that, which you don't want. Okay, so we'll move that aside. We'll move those aside. Let's take a look at these guys now, and then we will die cut all of them. Pretty good. Pretty good. It still didn't foil on that right side. Wonder if it was where it was placed on the glimmer. That's okay. Alright, so I was afraid of that. That was not enough pressure on there. So I'm going to redo this sentiment. I'm going to turn it sideways and I'm going to foil it on the back side of this. And I think while we're at it, we'll also turn the mushroom and do it in a different angle as well. So we'll do both of them at the same time. And I will do that back on the back side of this. Okay, so we're going to try those again. While they're cooking, I'm going to pause the video and die cut all of these out, and I will be back in a few moments. Okay guys, so the second time foiling those two elements came out much better. I've die cut everything, so let's start to assemble here. Move these out of the way. Okay. So I think I want to put everything on here before we assemble it on our card. Let me grab my fine tip glue. And I think I need to start with trimming this down. So we want to make sure that our sentiment is straight. So I'm going to line it up on the plastic guide here. Make sure that it's straight. Right along the top. Now I can go this way. There. Now we have our sentiment, mostly straight. That's pretty good. Okay, and then I do have the stem. So my mushroom and my acorns I want to change up a little bit. Okay. So for the mushroom stem, I'm going to color that a dark gray. Warm gray 5, W5. It's a Copic marker. Coloring does not hurt the foiling, but now I have it colored the way I want. And I can glue that right onto my mushroom. Okay. So that gives him a little dimension. Makes him look pretty cool. Okay. And then we have our different leaves. And that's all we're doing is just building this up, adding these little layers to it, adding some color with these guys. Okay, and then I'm going to put the sentiment down here. And then for our acorn, I'm going to cut the bottom part of this acorn off. Same thing, I'm going to take a little bit of light brown to that. This is E35. And glue that to our little acorn. And if you want more, add more. If you want less, add less. You certainly can mix and match this with any of the sets. If you got the, I think it was last year's Glimmer Kit of the Month, there was a whole kind of floral foliage border that went all the way around. That would have been a wonderful set to add this to. Oh, we need to leave all that out. All right, so now that I know where I want everything, I'm going to glue it all onto here. Sort of, kind of figure that out, right? So, going to add my sentiment first. I was going to banner cut it, but I think I'm just going to trim this a little bit. Like that. And this piece I foiled, it had some mistakes in it, which is why I didn't use it. So these leaves are perfect to kind of pop up and camouflage some of that mistake, right? I don't know where I want this. I guess I'll put it right here. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. I love how that copper foil matches everything. All right, then we are just going to take some of this. So what turned out to be, you know, kind of a mistake, boo-boo piece for me is now a beautiful card that I have salvaged just by adding on some of these extra glimmer plates. And you could actually go in, and I have colored over over foiled with color pencils, with markers. You can color over it with pretty much anything to fill it in if you wanted to. So now we have this wonderful fall foliage, you know, thank you card. The little bit of foiling and a little bit of glitter that I can now salvage to use. And, you know, slim lines are pretty cool, but I really like this little, again, a little mini slim line here. Worked out pretty well. All right, so again, that is the October Glimmer of the Month kit, which is going to give you all of these fun hot foil stamps. Great for fall foliage. Thankful for you sentiment. And then, of course, all of these die cuts to match. Don't forget with this set, you also get the additional floral die cuts, which I didn't use, but you have this floral die cut, you have another floral hot foil stamp, you have these little leaves that you can die cut, and now they're a great addition to any card that you're making. It doesn't have to be fall foliage. And of course, let's not forget this beautiful glimmer copper foil as well. All right. So there it is. If you have any questions, post them down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please click the little bell in the bottom right-hand corner so that you get notifications every time I post a new video. Thanks for watching, guys, and keep on foiling. Bye-bye.